Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance. Now today, I have the distinct honor and privilege to introduce to you Stockmo's new exchange-traded fund that he will be managing, that he is going to release in the next few months to the investing public. Now, I have done my due diligence, and I firmly believe that this ETF will outperform QQQ, the US stock market, and the world stock market as a whole. Now let's go ahead and dive right into this amazing new ETF. Ticker symbol GRIFT. Now, before we dive into this, we need to talk about Stockmo. Who is he? I mean, you have to at least understand the manager that you're going to be entrusting your money to before you invest with them. Now, Stockmo is, first and foremost, a highly charismatic stock investor. He is also a former financial advisor, which means that he passed the Series 7 exam, one of the most difficult exams ever devised in human history. Now, the Series 7 takes years and years of careful study and attention to detail. It by far is more difficult than the CFA, the CPA, and I would even hazard a guess that it's more difficult to get the Series 7 than it is to become a heart surgeon. Now, Stockmo is also a YouTuber, and he has over 500,000 subscribers. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you should know that if you have a ton of subscribers, you obviously must know what you're talking about. There can be no other alternative. He also charges totally reasonable prices for his Patreon. He has, I believe, over 1,000 patrons that are paying him monthly. And he charges between, $5 to $100 a month? That is a steal to get access to some of Stockmo's hottest stock picks ever. If you had invested with Stockmo and you just paid the small fee for Patreon, you would have 50x'd your money. Now, this was actually validated by Harvard Business School, who did an in-depth analysis of Stockmo's amazing stock picking abilities. So you know you can trust this man. Now, when he first started investing, he chose one of the hottest stocks that has since more than quadrupled in value every single year. That, ladies and gentlemen, was Enron. And also, on a more personal level, you know Stockmo, he loves his pussycats. He loves them. He actually has a cat called Tesla Cat, who you're going to meet in a little bit. Now, what is the GRIFT ETF all about? Why would you want to put your money in this ETF as opposed to, say, the Vanguard Total World Stock Market Index Fund? Well, number one, this ETF, they're analysts, and they have very professional analysts, as you'll see. They leverage the expert stock analysis of our Wall Street bets to democratize investing. Now, we all know the hedge funds are just out to get us. But with Stockmo, he is going to save us from the exploitation that these terrible, rich, snobby people have been doing by manipulating the stock market. This will end once GRIFT ETF becomes public. Now, the manager, Stockmo, was actually Warren Buffett's mentor and confidant. Warren Buffett learned everything that he could possibly know from Stockmo. That is why Warren Buffett is one of the most lauded investors in human history. It is completely 100% thanks to Stockmo and his expert and in-depth understanding of how to trade and invest in stocks. Now, another advantage of this ETF is that they have leveraged a quantum computer to actually conduct super detailed, discounted cash flow analysis of cryptocurrency. As you'll see, there is some cryptocurrency in this portfolio. And by using quantum computers, Stockmo is able to accurately predict to the penny where every cryptocurrency will be at any point in the future. Now, he also has an amazing board of directors. These include titans of YouTube like Keenan Grace, Meet Kevin, and Chris Sane. Now, we all know all three of them are fabulously wealthy, expert stock pickers. Now, you know with Stockmo's brilliance, he mentored Warren Buffett. Keenan Grace, Meet Kevin, and Chris Sane, you know that this ETF is going to outperform. I even think it's going to outperform ARK, one of the most hot, delicious ETFs out there. Now, an additional benefit, if you actually invest in this ETF, you can actually get up to 3 free stocks from Webull. Normally, you only get 2, but StockMo was able to negotiate a special deal with Webull to get 3 free stocks. You cannot miss this opportunity. Now, what does Grift hold? What are they going to be investing in? Well, it's actually a very simple, beautiful portfolio. Number 1, StockMo is going to put 60% of your hard-earned dollars into a triple leveraged Ethereum ETF. Now, he uses his quantum computer to be able to predict where Ethereum is going to be in the next couple of years. So you know right off the bat that if he has such a high conviction for Ethereum that he's willing to put you into a triple leveraged Ethereum ETF, you know you're only going to one place, and that's the moon, ladies and gentlemen. Now, another excellent investment that this ETF is going to have is Tesla. StockMo and his excellent analysts have decided to invest 30%, 35% of the fund's assets in Tesla $5,000 call options that expire January 2022. Now, you may think this is insane, but you really don't understand the effect of disruptive innovation and what Tesla stock is going to do in the next couple of months. We actually predict that Tesla stock is going to be at least $10,000 per share by January 2022. And as you can see, with a $5,000 call option on Tesla, we're going to make a freaking killing. Now, he also has 12%, and this was on the advice of his Tesla cat, he has 12% of the fund's assets in kitty litter futures. Now, the futures market is very complex, but basically, he's able to buy kitty litter in the future for a lower price than what it's actually going to trade for, which will reap massive rewards. And last but not least, in a snub to Warren Buffett, who's an old, aging boomer dinosaur, he has 15% of the fund's portfolio in $1 Berkshire Hathaway put options that expire in August 2021. Now, this is extremely bearish because he believes that Berkshire Hathaway is imminently about to collapse because they really don't understand how to invest. Obviously, StockMo didn't mentor Warren Buffett that well. And finally, you're going to get access to all these amazing, amazing investments for the low annual expense ratio of 4%. You can't beat this, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let's go look at some of the people that work for this fund. First of all, we have the vice chairman, Keenan Grace. Now, he is a very famous YouTuber, and he has some really amazing characteristics. Number 1, he only buys stocks that he pushes on his clients at the very top. You can't beat that, ladies and gentlemen. And worst case, if you buy at the top and it crashes, you can always just buy the dips. Now, he also has a diverse and loss-proof portfolio. Keenan has demonstrated his brilliance by putting his portfolio in only 2 stocks, AMC and NEO. Now, how can you possibly go wrong with having 50% of your portfolio each in AMC and NEO? Obviously, Keenan Grace has some special insight that we don't have. He also has oven mitts. He always talks about his oven mitts. His oven mitts, I don't know if you knew this, could actually resist magma. That's how hot it's about to get in the kitchen, ladies and gentlemen. And finally, this handsome young man here gives hedge fund managers night terrors. He is a terror. People that work at hedge funds wake up every morning with cold sweats because they just had dreams about how Keenan Grace and his audience are going to destroy them. Now, how can you possibly go wrong with Keenan Grace as the vice chairman of this ETF? Next, we have our chief stock analyst, Chris Sane. What's up, YouTube? That is his introduction, which tells you right off the bat that he exemplifies professionalism and that he has an in-depth understanding of how the stock market works. Now, one of Chris's main claim to fame is that he has a perpetual $150,000 stock portfolio. It always seems to go up and then go down right back to $150,000. But that's okay because he's actually a long-term investor. And even though he's not having good gains now, all of his massive gains are going to come far, far, far in the future. You just have to buy and hold all the stocks that he tells you to, and your dreams of a fruitful retirement will be imminently realized. And finally, one of his greatest quotes that he has in his t-shirts is when they sleep, we eat. Now, you can't possibly go wrong with that slogan right there. And finally, Chris Sane has figured out one of the smartest ways to overcome the 100K challenge, which is how to grow your portfolio to $100,000. And the simple solution is all you do is you take your YouTube revenue and you deposit into your Robinhood account $100,000, and you've accomplished the mission. You've accomplished the challenge of growing your portfolio to 100K. This guy's a genius. And finally, we have the disruptive innovation specialist, Tesla Cat. I told you we were going to talk about him. This cat has the grim but very important duty of keeping Stockmo's breath fresh at night. I don't know what Stockmo meant by that, but I assume that the cat knows how to brush his teeth or something. He was also Stockmo's first conquest. He didn't want me to reveal this to you, but it had to be said because Stockmo, he needs to really open up a little bit and tell people more about his personal life. This was Stockmo's first conquest, and that really is a touching story. The Tesla cat also has no idea what Tesla is, but that doesn't matter because it's a cat, obviously. And he tries to escape from Stockmo daily, which I don't know why you'd possibly want to do that, but hey, I mean, cats are just going to do what cats are going to do. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. This ETF is at least going to 10x within the next year. You would be a fool not to put all your money in the careful, delicious, intelligent hands of Stockmo. Now, if you like my video, because Stockmo, he really put me to work. It took me a long time to make this presentation. If you really enjoyed this, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, tell your friends about me, and y'all have a wonderful day.